Can you guys just let us know you guys what you currently do? Are you developers? Are you students? Employed? What do you guys do? You can even feel free to just type in the chat box there.
Yeah, others feel free to highlight as well what you guys are up to in the chat.
Okay, if you just joined us, how are you guys? You can feel free to unmute your mic and just say hi. I saw Paco Benjamin just joined, and is it Korata?
Hello,
How are you, sir?
I'm good, thank you, and yourself?
I'm great. Yeah, if we were just asking others what you guys are doing. Are you a student? Are you a currently doing?
I'm actually a graduate from Botswana International University of Science and Technology. I studied computer science and software engineering.
Okay, that's good. And so far, which languages have you used so far? Or that you can say you're proficient with?
In terms of proficiency, I think Python, Java, C Sharp, and C++.
Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, so the good thing about the internet computer, you can use languages that you are more comfortable with. A language that uses Python. I think it's called, what is the name again?
You mean for Python is Kybra?
Yes, Kybra. It's called Kybra.
Okay, so maybe we can start, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
So today's session is mostly an introduction to actually building on the internet computer and showing you guys some resources, how to build, what to expect, and yeah, and a lot of other stuff. So as Mr. Confident was just saying, on the internet computer, we can, let me share my screen. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Right. You're seeing the internet computer website, right? Okay. All right. So on the internet computer, as Mr. Confident was just saying, you can actually build with a number of languages. multiple languages we can use. As a general principle, any language that can compile to WebAssembly can be used on the internet computer, built on the internet computer. And currently we have Motoko, which is the internet computer native language specifically for developing smart contracts on the IC. We have Rust, TypeScript, Python, and Solidity. This one for building Ethereum smart contracts through this through what is called Bitfinity. That is one internet computer project called Bitfinity that allows us to build Ethereum smart contracts on the internet computer. So in this bootcamp, we will be working with Motoko, the native one for internet computer. And if some of you have highlighted, like we are already familiar with programming Java. Okay. Mr. Confidence, sorry for the confusion. Mr. Confidence, can you maybe log in with this account so you can maybe admit some people?
Okay, no problem. Just a second.
Okay. Yeah. So really the main resource, the go-to resource for whatever we will be doing is really this website, this internet computer website. You will get like almost all the information you may need, and like for some challenges you will be facing, which we may not be readily available for. So we can come here on a Motoko, and you can see these are the documentation for Motoko, building of Motoko, the fundamentals, the library, how to actually yeah, I'm sure most of you are really developers. You are familiar with this documentation. Basically, the documentation for Motoko. Okay, so there are 3 ways, like for creating and deploying canisters on the internet computer. If you are not familiar with what a canister can you still see my screen, you guys? Just highlight for them on another browser. Maybe someone can just say you can see. Okay. Sorry for this. Okay, so there are 3 ways. Okay, all right. So for those who are not familiar with what canisters are, if you've heard of smart contracts, canisters are really just the smart contracts on the internet computer. But on the internet computer, they're like smart contracts but on steroids, because first, like they are really scalable. They can store storage up to, like right now, 400 gig. And they run at web speeds. You can deploy all kinds of applications in the canister from any sort of application, really, full stack applications. There's also been some development again for like using React Native apps as well, connected to the internet computer. So those are all the stuff you can build with canisters. And if you are familiar with Docker as well, you can think of canisters as Docker containers as well. That will be running your code on the internet computer. So like I had said, there are like 3 ways you can build and deploy canisters on the internet computer. First is through locally. First, you need to develop locally, and that is what most developers do. Like, really, you develop on your local machine. So to get started on that, you need to install the Internet Computer CDK. You can find the documentation for developing you can come here on install. You can come to the docs, build, and then install CDK. This is how you get started locally. So for today, I think this is an exercise you guys can start working on. You can come to this documentation and try to make sure you have installed the Internet Computer CDK on your local machine. If you're confident enough to deploy locally, and make sure you have VS Code, that would be the best. And some of the like simple questions you might have, like trying to understand how to do small things that are like confusing you. There's this Ask ICP AI. You can literally ask anything here. And how can I get read cycles? And it will tell you what you need to do. To get free cycles, or like for deploying canisters on the live network. How to install the ICP CDK. It will tell you again. So really, all this information is like readily available for you if you just come to this internet computer website. It's actually like just here, and you can start asking whatever you want, and it will guide you to some documentation and everything you might need. So that's one. To develop locally on your machine, you needed to install the CDK. And then the second is to use the Motoko playground. Motoko playground. And I think this will be the most useful in this boot camp for some of you who may not want to like put some load on your machine or try to do something complicated. You can actually develop your canisters on this playground. What this does is your canister will only run for like 20 minutes after it has been deployed. But I'm sure during that time you'll be able to like submit your canister. I will show you how you will be doing some submissions for some homeworks we will be giving you. So so this is the README. You just come here to the main, and this is basically the structure for the basic structure for a canister on the internet computer. They are wrapped they are called wrapped in an hectare. So each canister, you start with the keyword hectare, and then maybe the name for the canister, and then you basically have to write, and then inside the hectare, that's where you write all your canister logic, whatever you are trying to do. So we will get into detail here for this session. We are just like showing you guys just an overview of the stuff you'll be dealing with, but I will actually get to show you guys what a canister really is, how to really build and what to build. But yeah, that's basically it for here. You have the hectare, yeah, the functions. You have multiple functions as you want. Let's try again another example that is here. Let's say a counter app. These are like already created for you, and this will be a canister for a counter application. You have the function to get counter, the function to set counter, and the function to increase the counter. And you will deploy it from here. Store code. Yeah, so your canister has been deployed. This one, usually ignore this, it like takes forever to load. You can just come here and click this arrow, and it will take you to the candid interface. This is the interface for your canister. So you can set the counter maybe to 5. All right, okay, to 6, I mean, and then you can get what we have put. You can set it to 7. And you get what you have put in. So that's basically how you will be testing your canisters. You come here, you build it, and then you deploy, and you open the candid interface, and you can test it out. You can test the functions you have created, and take note of the canister ID you would have because once a canister is been deployed on the internet computer, you will have a unique canister ID for that canister, and that's what you can use for, even if it's a front-end canister, a back-end canister. That's what you will use to access the canister. So here, as you can see, this is the canister ID that has been generated for our canister. And then we are creating a website for you guys still in development, but as you actually start using it real soon, maybe by end of the day, it might be like really ready for some of the homeworks you will be doing. So let me show you. This is my local. This is my local development. Okay. So for local development, like really, this is, you don't have, for now, you don't have to worry about trying to understand all these for now. We'll get into detail for that. But for local development, this is what your project will be like. It will basically have the back end and then the front end with whatever framework you are using for the front end. In this case, I'm using React.js. So we have the back end with some actual code for the back end. You can see this is actually a lot of Motoko code for the project you'll be using for submissions. And we have the front end with React. I'm sure some of you might be familiar with React. And then there is this DFX JSON file. We'll get into detail about this one as well. It basically is the one that tells your canister, your local CDK, like which canisters you have created and which canisters to deploy. So here we have the backend canister, and then we have the front-end canister, which have been deployed, and have deployed them live. After deploying them live, you will have these canister IDs for what you have deployed. So don't worry about this. You really understand. I'm just showing you the project we have built, which you will be using for submission, which you'll be using for submissions. All right. So this is the project. So you can see this is actually running on the internet computer. This is a front end. This is a front end canister with the React.js. You can see this is the canister ID. So what you will be doing is you will need to log in, right? And then you can log in with an internet identity. So first, so like most of you, I'm sure most of you, this will be the first time. So for the first time, you will need to create an internet identity first. But I think for now you really don't have to worry about this. But anyway, let's just create an internet identity. You create a new one, and then you you create a passkey. So you can select what you want to use to create the passkey for your internet identity. You can either use your phone, or you can use, if your computer is like a fingerprint sensor or whatever you may want. You can use it to create the internet identity. And then I will just use my phone here. Okay, I'll just verify. Okay, so I've created a new identity. I've saved it. All right. So after you've created your identity, you can then go ahead and register here. Your name, your email, your GitHub username, and then you register on this application. Okay, yeah, and then like, so I said, you are still in development, but the most important part here is this submit. So this is where you will be submitting your project, your homeworks. So your homeworks really will mostly be canisters you will be developing, you guys. So you develop your canister either locally or on the playground, right? And then you come with the canister ID. So let's say for this one, this is the canister ID. And then you put it here. Then like this is, let's say this is homework 1. And then you submit. Then we will verify. Homework for you. There seems to be an issue. Let's see. Okay, yeah. Still a small stuff to fix. Okay, so I had not deployed some updates. So this error should be showing here. I was testing it locally yesterday. I haven't deployed them live. But anyway, so after you deployed your canister, you will see these errors, and they will tell you what exactly your project is failing. Let's say we asked you to create a to-do app, right? The verification that happened here will check if the functions are working well, and if you passed, it will tell you you have passed, and if you fail, it will show you these errors. So I will deploy the updated code so you guys can actually use it and test it out. Still in development. So that's how your submissions will be happening. And there's an important repository you guys will be using. We will show you that in a bit. So for now, I can log out. So another thing, the internet identity can be somewhat complex for some of you guys to create, set up, whatever, but you can actually use the NFID here. You just log in with your Google or email address. I think this is what will be like most convenient to some of you, and then you can just select your Gmail account you want to log in with, and you just approve a few stuff. Then, as you can see, I think this is less complicated and kind of straightforward. And you basically do the same. You register, and then it will take you here, and then you will be able to submit your project as well. So yeah, this was really just a knowledge dump. I'm sure we will send some detailed messages and links in the groups for how you guys will really go about this. Some links like for the dashboard, for the internet computer website, for this website itself as well, which you'll be using to make your submissions and everything else. So yeah, I think I've really overloaded you guys with a bunch of stuff. You might be having a lot of questions now. Feel free to start asking questions in the next we have about 12 minutes remaining, and then I can address some of the questions you are having. There's Peso back here. Please go ahead and ask your question.
If you're speaking, probably your mic is muted.
My mic is muted.
Oh no, the person that you said you told to speak.
Okay. Yes, go ahead.
Hi, I noticed the sessions are being recorded. Can you like send the sessions on the Telegram channel, please?
Okay, sure. We will send.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Send.
Okay,
Okay.
guys, any other questions? Okay, there's
Yeah.
Paco. You can go ahead and.
Yeah, thank you. My question is more on Motoko Playground. I heard that there is a limit to how we can use it. I don't know if I caught that right, and I wanted to know if it will be efficient for us to use, and if so, how do we use it?
You heard there is a limit.
Hey, I don't know if I caught it. I thought you said like 20 minutes or something like that. I don't know if I hit you right.
Yeah. It only allows, like, so when you run your program or when you say you've installed your canister, because it's a resource that's being used by many other people, your canister will run for about 20 minutes only, so that you can test it out.
Okay,
So,
yeah. Okay,
and then
yeah,
after that, it will be uninstalled. But if you want to test again, let's say you have made some different changes and you want to test the changes that you have made, you just have to run again and then it will be installed again for another 20 minutes. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not a Motoko thing, it's a playground thing, actually. You see, the Motoko playground. So that's the one that only runs your canister for 20 minutes, you see.
Okay.
But if you are deploying it locally or with live, it will run for however as long you want. But for this project, for this program, I would advise you will mostly be deploying on the playground, because we will need to verify what you have built, and we can only do that if you have deployed it on the playground, because right now you don't have cycles to actually deploy it permanently on the live network. You can have cycles, can actually do what I show you, like go on the website, and we'll send links as well, like for you to get live cycles to deploy it on the main net itself, but it won't be really necessary. Just deploy on the playground and submit your canister, and we'll be able to test your code.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Yeah, so also the playground is mostly for learning. So you just want to quickly test something that is not really big. You know, it's not like it's a place where you can build a whole application and deploy it. It's just a place where, okay, you just want to test a certain function, how it's working. Yeah, basically. So it's just a quick way for you to just quickly test something, and then you get to see how it's working. That is clear.
Yeah. If you also like enjoy building locally on your local machine in VS Code, you can also do it in VS Code and deploy it to the playground through VS Code. It's simple, really. Let me show you quickly. There's this test project here I have here. Okay, so after you have gone through the installation of the CDK and everything, and you have your VS Code, and you have created your Motoko project locally, you can just deploy it with JFX deploy. This one is, let's say, test. Second, then you just put this this flag that says playground, and then it will deploy the canister for you on the playground, but you have done it locally, and you can actually see this is oh, I'm not sharing my screen. Wow. Jenny, okay. Yeah, so I basically deployed this project here. Maybe I can do it again. I can just run GFX deploy. This is the little project I have, and you deploy it to the playground. You put this flag playground, and then you can be able to access it. And the good thing with deploying playground is, if you are having challenges, you can actually like share with me or Mr. Confident this URL to your playground repository, and we'll be able to see what you are doing wrong, etc. So after you have deployed it, you say you can get the canister ID. get the canister ID, and then you can try to submit. I'm sure this will pass the verification. Yeah, project verified. So this one is like the actual correct code for the first homework, and it passed the test. So you see, you can deploy, you can build it and deploy it on the playground, or you can do it locally. Because of the limited time, we didn't go in detail of how you can actually go about creating a project locally. I'm sure we will do it in the evening. So our time is running out, but you guys go through this internet computer website, play around it, ask for some stuff, search for some information. There is our repository. There is our repository here. We will share with you in the group. Here you can, if you, from this repository, if you come to lessons, you can see intro to Web3. This is a good reading for some of the stuff Mr. Confident gave a lecture on yesterday. There's a overview of blockchain in the internet computer. Then we can go to chapter 2 for canisters and really go through these readings and try to understand how canisters works. And this information is also here as well on the website. So I think that's it for today. You might have a number of questions. Feel free to send in the group. I will be very happy to help you guys understand. And then in the evening, again, I think I'm sure we'll do some actual coding, and then you can start working on your first homework. But for today, just go through this and try to really understand all the stuff I was going through. So yeah, I think that's it. Mr. Confidence, do you have anything to share as we close this?
Not really. So there are no any questions. So yeah, we'll share the resources. Just check on Telegram so that you guys can get started. Some of you might be faster at reading and doing the exercises. You're welcome to go ahead of us and just attend the sessions if you want to ask questions and stuff, or if you have some challenges that you've been meeting. So yeah, the resources themselves, they're structured in a way that you can fully understand what you're supposed to be doing, and the exercises from 1 to 10 that you're supposed to be doing. So everything is pretty clear. So we have another session in the evening. We hope to see you guys afterwards. If there are no any questions, have a great day, guys. Thank you for attending.
Bye, everyone.